Hey everyone, it is so great to see you, even if that's virtually and by video. But I wanted to send this video message to all of our clubs so that we can start us out all on the same page. One clear message shared with every club at the same time. Hello, if you don't know me, I'm Melissa McCormick. I am the district governor for District 6420 for this year, and I am thrilled to be here, to be at this part of the journey. The last couple of years have been filled with training and expectations and all of those things. And so to be here finally is honestly such a privilege. And so I'm looking forward to meeting all of you in person. But you might be wondering, why is she sending this by video? That's kind of strange. Well, the truth is that I wanted to be able to share important updates and my strategy and what's going to be happening over the next year. And I just really felt like I needed to send the same message at the same time. If we have 42 clubs across the district, and for me to schedule those, along with balancing my work life, my professional life, I would have had a first meeting here in July, and then my 42nd meeting would have been sometime in March or April. And that wasn't fair to you. And so I'm sending this message so that we have a consistent message, but we all have the message at the same time. And so I'm thrilled that everyone is here and watching this video, and I will be with you for the next 15 or 20 minutes. So hang tight. I just really appreciate your time. One thing I do want to emphasize, and that is communication. So I am a communication coach. I own Grace and Salt Leadership Academy, which is an online group coaching program. I also do some executive coaching and some consulting. My background is 32 years in corporate America. I worked for a company called Taylor Company in Rockton, Illinois, and worked there for 32 years. Started entry level in the export departments, shipping ice cream machines to Latin America. I speak Spanish, and worked my way up and through the organization. When I left, I was the senior vice president of global sales and marketing. Absolutely fabulous job. Decided in 2019 that it was time for me to leave. I was writing a book called Grace and Salt, and I knew that if I stayed in corporate in that position, it was a very high demanding job, traveled all over the world. It was amazing. But I would never finish my book, and that was my next calling. So I left, I finished my book, I launched Grace and Salt Leadership Academy, and I'm having fun doing it. And in so doing that, I then also became much more involved in Rotary as a whole, not just my club, but also the district. And I just really fell in love with it. And I'll talk about that a little bit later. But I am a communication coach. I am a confidence coach. And so being a communication coach, I'm big on communication. So we will be having quarterly virtual town halls. These will be open conversations for all members, not just for the presidents, but for all members, where I'll bring some things to you that maybe you know, or maybe you don't know, maybe we need to talk a little bit more about. And then it's going to be opened up for Q&A. And it will last no more than 60 minutes. And if we don't have any questions at 30 minutes, then we're done. But I want to give you an opportunity to have these open conversations, and so you can learn from each other as well. I find that in all of my events and workshops and all those things that I do, that people learn not only from me, but learn from each other. And that's what the power of Rotary is, and that is our network. So these are times to connect, to discuss, maybe some challenges you're having with your clubs or with you personally, or you are interested in different areas of Rotary that you've just never really dug into before. So stay tuned for those. I will be sending those. I will be sending out the schedule through the Actuator, our newsletter, but also they will be on the district website, and I will be sending emails out and reminders for when they're coming up. So stay tuned. Okay. So what am I talking about this year? Like, what is the strategy for this year? And it actually hasn't changed much. We've been talking about membership growth for a very, very long time. And this year is absolutely no different, but it's super important because when we look at I'm a data gal, and when we look at our our data, our membership data over the last, let's see, I have a chart here from 2021 to 2025. And in 2021, we had 1,504 members in the district. Today, as of July 1st, 2025, we have 1,274. So we have steadily been declining. Now, why do we need more members? Well, as you can imagine, more hands equals more help, right? More hands equals more impact that we can have in our local communities and in our global communities. And that is, it's super important. In addition to that, it equals more donations to the foundation. The Rotary Foundation, if you are not familiar with it, please reach out to Laura Kahn or anybody who's on the district foundation committee and learn about it. Go to the Rotary website, learn about the Rotary Foundation. It is the power of Rotary. Not only is Rotary important because of networking, but it's also super important because of the Rotary Foundation. And so when we have more members, then we have more donations, which multiplies because the Gates Foundation, once again, has committed to matching our donations 2-to-1. So if you're going to donate $100, it actually is $300 because of the Gates Foundation. It's pretty awesome stuff, and it's really, really cool. So that's just a little public service announcement for the Rotary Foundation. But so we're going to talk about membership growth. And so the leadership team, the district leadership team met in May, and we went through our strategic plan. I'm in the process of fine-tuning it and buttoning it up so it's professional and proper for publication. And we have come down to, we have one job to do, and that's membership growth. And so we're going to do that in two ways. This is a two-pronged approach. The first approach is from the district perspective. So the district, we don't really have much control with club membership and increasing club membership. But what we can do is we can add clubs at the district level. So that is one of our strategies. So we will be doing everything this year is going to be focusing on that one goal. And so what am I talking about? Well, we've got some low-hanging fruit. We have Rotary Youth Exchange students that are no longer connected to Rotary. Well, what if they would like to have an e-club and we could bring them back together? And then as from today on, as our Rotary Exchange students graduate, let's get them involved in Rotary after Youth Exchange. So what does that look like? Can we create a club of Rotary Youth Exchange students? I think we can. So we're going to be looking into that. There are communities that need a traditional Rotary club. For example, Byron, Illinois, Byron Club dissolved last year. That club is still knows the value of Rotary. So how do we find the new energetic club members in that community? Because when we dissolve a club, the community suffers. There is really good that organization and those people did in Byron that we need to resurrect. Another community is Harvard, Illinois. They had a Rotary Club years ago. They are a thriving community that really needs Rotary. Now, I don't know what that looks like. I don't know if that means it's a service club. I don't know if that's a traditional club. I don't know if that's a cause-based club. I am not sure. We have to do the discovery on that first, because the first thing we want to do is we want to be sure we're meeting the needs of the community. And the third idea that we will be researching is a community-based Rotaract club. So many of you have Rotaract clubs, and this is not tied to a college or a university. This is a community-based one. So could there be college students from Augustana that are part of the community-based Rotaract club? Yes. Could there be people from Northern Illinois University part of a community-based Rotaract club in DeKalb? Absolutely. But it isn't tied to the university, because that's the challenge with that is that you always have a churn of members, right? As the students graduate. So a community-based is still the 18 to 30 age group, And those are the criteria that is in place for a Rotaract club. But they could be living in the community. They could be working in the community. They do not have to be tied to a college or university. So those are the three ways that we're going to look at it. So our goal this year is to add one new club. It could be the community-based club. It could be the E-Club for the Youth Exchange. It could be the community-based Rotary Club. I don't know today, but that is going to be our number one focus throughout this next year. So that's our goal, to add one Rotary club, new club in our district by June 30th, 2026. So if you have any ideas or if you'd like to get involved in those efforts, please reach out to me or Tina Curtis, our DGE, our district governor-elect, or Dr. Chris, who is our district governor nominee, or Bobby Burke. Probably better yet, you reach out to Bobby Burke, who's our membership chair. She would love to talk to you about it if you want to get involved at a district level with regards to adding club, or you have ideas in that way. So what does this have to do with you? Well, I want to tell you that we also have a goal for you. So our goal for our clubs is that you add one new member, net one new member, by the end of June. That gives us 42 new members. So what does that mean? That means if 2 people go out, 3 people must come back in by the end of June. We want one new member net by June, at the end of June of 2026. Sounds super reasonable and super easy. You'd be surprised, right? So there's 2 things that the club needs to focus on with regards to membership. First of all, appoint a membership chair. Now, membership, I have said this for years, membership is not just the membership chair or the president-elect's responsibility. It's every club member's responsibility, but we need a leader. And so appoint a membership chair where their sole job in Rotary, in the club, yes, to support, yes, to participate, and yes, to pay their dues and all those things. But their main focus is on membership, and they will be leading the efforts within your team or within your club that then is supporting them. Super important. That's number one. Number 2 is I want you to think about retention. We need to be sure that our members are engaged, right? That's what retention is all about. If you're not engaged in your club, you will soon not be a club member. That's what happens. Life is busy. There's distractions, there's sports, there's family, there's all this stuff going on. And if you're not engaged in your club, you're going to prioritize other things. So retention and engagement in your club is very, very important. So membership chair, presidents-elects, and every single club member. You know who I'm speaking to, right? So I want to ask you this question, just personally. You do not have to answer it. Do not raise your hand. You do not have to speak out loud at this moment, but I want you to think about this. Are you that member that's just going through the motions? Are you that member that you like Rotary, but you're not totally engaged? Like, you've just been doing it. Your company pays your dues, and so you go. It's kind of nice to catch up. It's nice to visit with people, but you really don't have a passion for it. Is that you? If it is, you have a responsibility to get engaged with your club. Don't waste your time. Get engaged with your club. Understand what your club does. Participate in the service events. If there's something that you are passionate about that maybe your club doesn't do, bring it up. See if maybe it's a focus for your club. If that's you. Now, if you're the engaged member where you're like, no, I'm on fire for Rotary. I love Rotary. And you're that engaged person with your club, I want you to level it up a little bit. What can you do? Are you the next president? Are you going to get involved at district leadership? Do you want to learn and develop and become a stronger leader? How can you do that? Okay, so those are my 2 challenges for our club members. And then I want everyone to be focusing on who is that new member going to be. Like, I would love it if every club added 5 new members, but we were trying to be super realistic with this as well. Okay, so we've talked about our goals. We have a membership goal of adding 1 new club. That's at the district level. And then we have our goal for our clubs to add 1 new net member. And you do that through attraction and through retention. Okay, I'm switching gears just a little bit here. I told you that I'm not coming to meet all of you. I'm not coming to all of your club meetings, but I do want to connect with you. And so what I'm doing this year is I am launching the Rotary Connect Tour 2025-2026. And these will be area get-togethers where we're building connection. And we're going to have some fun. And I'm going to learn about you and you're going to learn about me, but then you're going to learn about each other because remember, more hands, more help. So as areas, I want us to get to collaborate together with all of our clubs. And maybe that's on a joint service project, or maybe you just need some help because there's a festival in town and you're selling tickets and your club members, you don't have enough club members, whatever it might be. But we need to start with getting connected. Now, some of the areas already do this, and that's fantastic. We are going to spread the wealth and introduce that concept to everyone. Now, I want to announce this because I'm super excited. I met an amazing man, the president of the Savannah Club, Ed, my new best friend. He doesn't know it yet, but maybe he does now because I just said it. But anyway, he's a trivia guy. And so in these areas, in this Rotary Connect tour, we're going to be doing some trivia. We're going to be having some fun and just learning and connecting and networking together. So let's learn about our businesses. Let's learn about what we're interested in. Let's figure out how we can really create some momentum and some energy around Rotary in this next year. So stay tuned for that as well. If you have not heard from Sue Rector from the Rock Island Club, she is going to she is helping me with coordinating all of these. So if you haven't heard from her or from me, please reach out to us because we need to get these on the calendar as soon as possible. I do have specific dates set aside for them, like a range of dates. Trying to be flexible, but quite honestly, we might not be able to based on all of the scheduling that goes along with this. So hopefully you can come and we can have a really good time. I do look forward to meeting you as well. And so I'm super excited about that. I do have a new fellowship that we're bringing to our district. It's called Rotary Means Business. And what it is a group of business people who want to get together and network. And so the Chicagoland area has 7 chapters. They've asked if I'd be willing to launch a chapter, or create a chapter here in District 6420. And I said, you bet. Absolutely. That's why I stayed in Rotary after I left corporate America. I started my own business, as I mentioned, and I stayed in Rotary because of the networking. So it's important to me that we bring business back into Rotary. And so this Rotary Means Business is a fellowship. If you're like me and you want to have networking, business networking, then this is the fellowship for you. But I am looking for a champion. I cannot be the champion just based on my schedule with being district governor. So I'm looking for a champion. If that's you, please reach out to me. I would love to talk to you about it. There's no commitment at this point. I just want to understand. I don't exactly know all the ins and outs and requirements and commitments and all of that stuff, but they are having a conference. Rotary Means Business Conference is a leadership business conference, July 18th through the 20th. So next Friday, Saturday, Sunday. It is in Evanston at Rotary headquarters. So if you're interested, just Google, actually, this is going out on Tuesday. So I was thinking, anyway, if the conference is already over by the time you see this, video, I apologize. Just kind of ignore this piece. Okay. Level Up Leadership for Life. I've got a lot of things. I know I'm going through a lot of things and I know I'm doing them rather fast. So hang tight. If you need to hit pause on the video, please do so. But I have a district-wide project initiative called Level Up Leadership for Life. And this is, I believe, and I've seen that our high school students really are struggling when it comes to workplace readiness and confidence. So this is a program where I have a handout that I've sent with this video. So to give a better understanding, or it's a brochure, a better understanding of what I'm talking about. But I'd like our clubs to lean into our high school students, whether that's partnering with the high school, with the counselors. Maybe there is a financial 101, or there is mock interviews, or your club has a specific business skill that you would like to share with the high school students. And it could be a 1 hour, how do you interview, how do you dress, how do you properly shake hands, look people in the eyes without being creepy, how do you do all those things. So if you already have a high school program, I'm asking you to level it up. If you don't, I'm asking you to create one. And what we'll be doing is, at the district conference, we will be spotlighting those clubs who were able to meet this goal here that we have in the Level Up Leadership. So I'm excited to see how everybody is coming together to support our high school students and basically shaping the next generation. And that's really near and dear to my heart, which really leads me into succession planning. So one of the benefits of Rotary is leadership development, and having those opportunities to develop as leaders within Rotary. And so my question is, who's next? We need to talk about succession planning. Who is your president-elect? Now is the time to identify not only your president-elect, but your president nominee. So we have decided last year, so the presidents of your clubs know what I'm talking about, but last year we decided to start the training in September. And emails will go out to the president-elects that give them modules that that Rotary International asks that they watch. And so these emails start from September and they go to June. And in addition to the PETS training in Itasca. And the reason we decided to do that is because president-elects would get to the training seminar in Itasca, Illinois, and it was absolutely drinking from a fire hose. Like, it was overwhelming. So instead of making it so shocking, we decided to level that out, right, and smooth out the training program. So it is important that you have your president-elect identified today. Please know that Rotary International has changed their requirements with regards to the number of times a president can be president in a row, right? So you can only be president twice in a row, and then somebody else has to step up. So we do have some clubs where the president, they're doing a great job, and they've done year 1 and they've done year 2. And so what's wrong with year 3? Well, there is a problem with it, because other people need to get engaged, and you get engaged when you become leaders of the club. And it, quite frankly, is not fair to that president. So they've limited it to 2 years consecutively. And so if you're one of those clubs, you need to find your president-elect now. Okay, that's my spiel on succession planning. All right, look, I know that life is busy, and I struggled with balancing everything. And on February 9th, 2025, my whole world changed. And here's how that happened. I told you that I left corporate America in 2019. And I had a decision to make with regards to Rotary. Am I going to stay in Rotary and pay dues myself, or am I going to leave? I decided to stay because I felt it was the value for money, especially building my business, that it would be great for networking. However, I did not network. I did not take advantage of the network and the vast people that I was part of with regards to our area, my club, the area, the district, Rotary International as a whole. So once I got into district leadership and got into the district governor track, I had to, last year, my husband and I went down to Orlando, Florida, where all the district governor-elects around the world convene. And I was introduced to a concept from several international district governor-elects that was absolutely simple and mind-blowing all at the same time. And so I'm going to introduce you to right now. So if you can do this, I strongly suggest you do, because it's going to be fantastic marketing. And that is this. It is a two-sided. So here's my business card. And then the other side is my Rotary business card. Okay. I don't know if you can see that, but anyway, you get the point. It's a two-sided card. Why is that important? Well, if you're at a networking event for your business, you can hand them your card and they can turn it over and they go, "Oh, you're a member of Rotary?" Either "So am I," or "What's Rotary?" And you can talk about it very naturally. Or you're at a Rotary event and you hand them your card and they go, "Oh, you're in leadership development, executive coaching. You wrote a book. Tell me about it." It's a fantastic way. So I have two-sided cards, and that is the way that I was aligning my world, because I found that I had two separate worlds. I had my Rotary world, which was super busy, and I had my professional world, which was getting super busy, and I wanted to be super busy. How do I make those? How do I align them? And so this is how I did it. So here's what my message is to you as we wrap up. If you're struggling with balancing everything, right? You really want to align your Rotary life with all the other aspects of your life. Then here's what I'm going to suggest to you. I want you to bring Rotary into your family and your family into Rotary. Bring Rotary into your business and business into Rotary. Bring Rotary into your friends and friends into Rotary. Bring Rotary into your other volunteer work, whether that's at church or other organizations, and then bring those things into Rotary. That way, it becomes part of your DNA and you do not have to prioritize either over the other. And you don't have to stress on that conflict or that tension of making a choice, because Rotary is who you are, and Rotary is what you do in everything you do. That is how my life has changed since February 9th of 2025. Bringing Rotary into my business and my business into Rotary has been life changing. All right, so your legacy starts now. Growth, connection, it all comes down to legacy. I look forward to this year ahead, sharing updates and hearing your ideas and seeing all the incredible things that you're going to accomplish. So I have one final note. I've included a Level Up Leadership Initiative brochure, which I talked about, to help explain that initiative. So please, pass it out, take a look at it, ask me any questions that you have. There is no Level Up Leadership Initiative police, but I do ask that you lean into and really pour into our high school students in whatever way makes sense for your club and makes sense for them. And we'll be reaching out throughout the year, trying to get some best practices and some success stories and some testimonials that we can share with everyone. And as I mentioned, we will highlight and spotlight those at the district conference, which will be in Rockford. I just don't have the location at this time. Now, I'm finished here. And so here's my ask. As you continue your discussions after this video for the remainder of your meeting, I want you to be thinking about how you can engage in your club and how the club can engage its members. All right. Thank you so much for your time. I look forward to seeing you on the quarterly town hall calls, and more importantly, at our Rotary Connect Tour 2025-2026. Have a fantastic rest of your day and take care.